And just like that, you're right here back on your Feel Good Breakfast Show with the three hosts, the best ones in Mzansi. We'll introduce you to the other one in just a bit. But from the very first note of The Lion King, one voice has defined the sound of Africa for audiences worldwide. It is a sound that echoes across generations, a call so powerful it sends chills down your spine.
My spine is chilling right now. That voice belongs to none other than Grammy Award-winning Lebo M. He has shaped music globally. He has redefined African storytelling. And now, for the first time ever, he's bringing that magical to us, his home, with his debut South African concert alongside Academy Award winner Hans Zimmer, because that's how he rolls. Can we do a massive round of applause? Pretend to have vuvuzelas if you have them. No, the bottom line is...
There we
go.
Is that close
You're
enough?
off pitch.
The youngsters, they've changed, man. They've changed.
My pain tolerance is low.
I know. Our tolerance is very low now. I find myself getting a little bit emotional just thinking about what you must be feeling right now. My brother, how does it feel coming home and in this way? The stars have aligned for you.
Sure.
It's more than one field. It's been an adventure, you know, because it's been an idea for a long time. You know, when you see an idea keep growing, 30 years later, 10 years later, when it's here, it's unreal, it's surreal, it's kind of exciting and scary at the same time.
Yes.
And now that we're so close to April 18th, it makes sleeping a little bit more painful.
Isn't it great? Isn't it? And now we'll get your pain tolerance down. But isn't it great to feel those feelings, that nervousness, that performance anxiety again in this way?
Because if you don't have it, it's like you don't have something to look forward to. I'm used to... I seem to be one of those very abnormal people. I operate and function better with a little hint of anxiety.
Oh, yeah. No, it's because you're South African, lad. That's our DNA.
I love that. It is just so good to know that Lebo M still gets nervous. Like, that's so crazy to me. But we're so looking forward to this. 18th April's literally around the corner. I mean, I feel like I know why, but I'm going to ask you, why Cape Town? Why choose to bring it here?
I should have anticipated that question. And I always have a really, really amazing answer. Why not?
Why not?
Well, it has been... We've been working on this for over 10 years now, since our first show with Hans, because I've been a guest at Hans's tour around the world for almost a decade. Wow. Yeah. And we've always been going... We're like studio guys, you know. And when we started hanging out with the audience, it got to me that eventually I'm going to want to do this at home in South Africa. And then
you almost have to.
Yeah. And as time grows, on stage, sold out arenas around the world, it becomes more and more real. But then it creates a bigger challenge. The challenge becomes a how, not when. So the how takes much longer because one realizes that after I brought The Lion King to South Africa, that was in Joburg, so I knew immediately that I've produced the opening ceremonies of FIFA in Gauteng, and I brought The Lion King in Gauteng, and the next thing that we do cannot be anywhere else other than Cape Town. So,
and then Hans gets an opportunity to chill in Cape Town.
You know, not a bad place to be.
There is always an added incentive. What is that magic with you and Hans? Why have you guys got such a special relationship?
I think our first project together is not The Lion King, it's The Power of One. And what The Power of One did for us is, you know how you can go into a studio or go to work not knowing what you're going to do, but have a sense that there's energy that says, whatever it is that you're going to do, it must be special and it's not going in to make a hit record. So we did this movie, Power of One, but Hans was already making movies. I was the tea guy. I was making coffee, and I was a runner at Hilton Rosenthal studio.
That's crazy.
Sure.
Hilton Rosenthal was Johnny Clegg's producer.
Come on.
So I was hanging out. I was a kid that's hanging out just whoever comes in, you want tea, coffee?
I got you.
Mentor me.
Yeah.
Mentor me. Yeah.
No, it was not. I just made tea, coffee. Hans was looking for Johnny Clegg, for this movie about Africa that he needed someone to work with. But I was doing demos a lot in that studio. So that's why I respect people that bring coffee.
I hope you didn't make your own coffee this morning.
No,
So
seriously.
do we, my brother. So do we.
Because I was the guy that brought Hans coffee, and while he's talking, and Hilton said, but try this kid. Johnny's not here. The next day I'm at Hans' studio. The next thing I'm co-producer, performer, and I bring Hans to South Africa to record the entire soundtrack of The Power of One. So I think that created a special friendship.
Yeah.
But the project itself, we were able to create a marriage of African music, choral and instrumentation with Eurocentric orchestration behind a film. No one had done it that way before. We realized years later that was a demo for what was to become the Lion King.
The first bold
Yeah,
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I wonder about the energy in a studio space versus a live stage in a live setting.
Yeah.
How does it differ? How is it the same?
I grew up in Soweto. The first time I really entered the studio, I was 14 years in a nightclub. I was the youngest nightclub singer in South Africa at that time. Then I forgot about that because I went to exile at age 16 and hustled the whole way. It was not until then, from Power of One, I ended up just being in movies, I was the kid you call.
Yeah,
I was the go-to kid. I was the go-to
Because you deliver,
Yeah,
man.
you have a movie, it needs something, I'm the go-to
I'm there.
kid. But then, when the Lion King movie came out, honestly, I was not interested. I was relocating back to South Africa.
Yeah.
When I went to do the demo of Circle of Life, Nansen Gonyama, it was just a demo. I just landed, did a demo at 11 and wanted to get back home because I was in between two countries. By the time we finished The Lion King and it becomes this big thing, which was a surprise to everyone, especially Disney. It was not... Pocahontas at that time was the movie that was anticipated to...
Lion King kind of redefined Disney.
We really redefined the entire thing. But I really didn't really feel it that much until we started doing the Broadway productions. When we did the first company in New York, you kind of get a hint of, wow, this is like
There's magic
really
in
big.
the water, yeah.
Because now you're getting audience reaction to that, but I'm not on stage. I'm now the guy behind the scenes. Until we start doing the tours with Hans. And now I'm the whole
You'll make us
world.
both cry, hey? Be careful.
Don't even.
Because now I start reacting and interacting with the audience for real. So it's been one step after another.
I'm so happy that you are back in the space. And I mean, looking at the lineup of people on from the Drakensberg Boys Choir through the choral arrangements that you got. Mikasa on that stage with you. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Choir,
Come on.
everybody.
And of course, Hans Zimmer will be joining Lebo M. His voice has echoed across the world, and it's here in your Feel Good studio this morning. And for the first time, he is bringing his magic home with a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Oh my goodness, I know you're sitting at the edge of your seat saying, Carissa, put me there. Wait, listen to this. You could be there. We're giving away 5 double tickets to this remarkable event, historic event even. Now to enter, head over to our competition post, and all you have to do is tell us why you can't miss out on this historic night with Lebo M featuring Hans Zimmer. Now use that hashtag Lebo M Live in your answer, and you could stand a chance to witness music history. I'm just saying. That competition closes on the 11th of April. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Well, we have a touch and a taste of what you can expect. Let's check it out.
Legendary musician Lebo M, renowned for his work on the Lion King soundtrack, brings his first ever live show to African soil. Joined by global icons Hans Zimmer, Mikasa, the Drakensberg Boys Choir, and more. For one night only on Friday the 18th of April at the Grand Arena, Grand West, Cape Town. Get your tickets now at ticketmaster.co.za. Visit lebomlive.com for more info.